Think Mario Kart is wild? Wait till you see what Sonic's cooking in CrossWorlds. Ready to rev your engines at breakneck speed? Stick around as we zoom through our full PC review of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. Wondering how to get Sonic Racing CrossWorlds for free on PC? Don't worry, I've got you. I'll show you exactly where and how to download it safely. Download links in the description below, so like and subscribe for more videos. Let's dive in. After 6 years away from the track, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is here to show that Sega's Blue Blur still has plenty of interesting spins to offer players who want to race in the world of Sonic the Hedgehog. Watch out, Mario Kart World. That's the primary thought I came away with after getting to play Sonic Racing CrossWorlds for roughly 30 minutes at a recent preview session. Granted, it's not a lot of time to get your arms around a game, but in that short time, I never once failed to feel the thrill of revving and drifting around countless creative and colorful tracks while bumping up against others, zooming through the totally new travel rings and not knowing where it might lead to next.
Now the next is like
Such events are made even more exciting given that it's been a hot second since the last Sonic the Hedgehog racing spin-off. Luckily, with CrossWorlds, the devs at Sonic team have clearly been biding their time, incorporating elements from previous entries in addition to the new to help create the best of all worlds. First things first, it's clear that one of the main ways Sonic Racing CrossWorlds aims to impress both veterans and newcomers is by leaning into pure excess. It's an upcoming sequel with more characters and more tracks featured than ever before. Yes, I was equally taken aback by just how many fan-favorite mechanics are coming back too. Easily the most noticeable is the return of transformable vehicles, which will see your kart change size and shape depending on whether you're racing across land, sea, or air. All three styles tended to crop up at least once on each track that I got to try out, working just as well here to offer a visual treat as it did way back in 2012's Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, my personal favorite entry. It's not just All-Stars Racing Transformed that gets a nod though, since hoverboard vehicles from Sonic Riders are also available to ride right from the off. I got to try this movement style out in full force during my demo while playing as Knuckles, and I can confirm that the act of catching air this time around feels a lot smoother and more akin to how the traditional karts and cars handle, if only a touch lighter. All this is to say that Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is placing a lot more emphasis on customization and personalization than ever before. It allows you to mix and match vehicle parts, powers, and abilities to create a far more flexible racing experience. None of it would mean anything, of course, unless the actual act of racing feels good. Unfortunately, even in just my first few races, I find Sonic Racing CrossWorlds to be a much smoother ride than before. Although holding down the X button on a PlayStation 5 DualSense controller, as opposed to the racing genre standard of R2, takes a little getting used to, it wasn't long before I was drifting to build up different levels of boost or deploying all kinds of zany items with ease. I got to try a couple of never-before-seen tracks, such as the Greek island-inspired Apotos and the neon-drenched Mystic Jungle as part of my demo, and both were a pure joy to race on. Alongside the largest character roster ever and the return of transforming vehicles, the big new feature of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is right there in the title, the ability to cross into different worlds mid-race as determined by the pack's leader. Because while every race does indeed start on the promised track, the second lap will always see it warp into totally new territory after whoever is in first place drives into one of two different travel rings. It's a simple but still exciting portal racing mechanic that brings a good level of unpredictable spice to traditional Grand Prix tournaments, as you can never really plan according to which CrossWorlds track the second lap of a race will take place on. It's worth mentioning that CrossWorld tracks are treated entirely standalone and separately from the game's main track roster, probably to ensure that whichever one the first place racer picks when driving through the travel ring is guaranteed to deliver a totally different flavor of theme each time. From what I could tell from the tracks I raced on, at the point of selecting a CrossWorld track, one was always fully revealed while the other was a mystery. Whether or not these mystery-based travel rings would be consistent remains to be seen, but it's definitely a good way to offer racers added incentive to reach first place by the end of the first lap. One thing for now is certain, however, CrossWorld tracks are an effective way to give races a splash of unpredictable predictable variety. If there's one main concern I have about Sonic Racing CrossWorlds right now, it's that by focusing so much on excess and going down the route of more is more, understanding all of the game's different mechanics and how customization works feels a little muddled right now, at least in terms of what's possible within just a short 30-minute demo. I felt this immediately upon entering the game, where after watching a brief video tutorial, I was confronted by an endless selection of menus, highlighting gadgets, vehicle types, machine customization, and Lord knows what else. I'm sure this all sinks in relatively quickly after spending a few hours racing, but it's worth knowing there's undoubtedly a lot of information to initially digest. At a time when the latest Mario Kart is getting a lot of focus for all the ways it's expanding its world, literally, by connecting tracks, I was pleased to see Sonic Racing CrossWorlds on course to very much do the same, but in a unique way that's arguably even more exciting. CrossWorld tracks really do bring a fresh flavor to the traditional Sonic Racing formula that's come before. With the previous Team Sonic Racing's emphasis on teamwork done away with in favor of transformation and customization, it allows for all the franchise's new and old features to synchronize with one another to create one incredibly generous and flashy package. It's like driving through a theme park. Throw in the most characters and courses ever featured in a Sonic Racing game, and all roads are set to lead to something special when Sonic Racing CrossWorlds launches this September 25th. So there you have it for our full preview thoughts of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds after getting to play 30 minutes. Do you plan on picking this one up? Let us know in the comment section below. And we're not subscribed to the YouTube channel to stay up to date with even more videos like this. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.